My father, Ronald Carl Fazio. Dad, your youngest granddaughter is here today. Reese, you're proudly named after your dad. He had a heart condition, and he loved his Reese's peanut butter cups, and that never stopped him. If he were here today, he would tell you to hold the door for others every chance that you get. Love, strength, and peace to everyone near and far. 143.
One of the most beautiful stories of that horrible day 16 years ago. Rob Fazio, remembering his father, Ron, hold the door open, of course, refers to the fact that his dad had escaped. He was out. He wasn't going to die. But when he found out that not everybody at work had gotten out, he went back in. He died. His son, best-selling author, simple as the new smart, fancy schmancy professor, and new dad some 18 months in. Rob Fazio, good to see you, my friend. How you doing?
I'm doing great. It's good to be with you again, Neil.
My favorite story is the Reese's peanut butter cup thing. It blows me away.
It's amazing. We were down there today, so you know the store where we always leave a Reese's peanut butter cup. So last year, my daughter left the Reese's peanut butter cup. I thought it was beautiful. This year, she left the Reese's peanut butter cup. My wife's holding her. We turn around. She grabs my dad's Reese's peanut butter cup and took it off and then ran away.
But the story was your dad loved that, right? And I mean, you would leave them. Well, it's just a picture of it. What a cutie. You would leave them hoping that that would entice him back. And, of course, it was 16 years ago today. You didn't know where the heck he was. What happened? Right?
Yeah, we didn't know what happened, but in tracing his steps, people would tell us things that how he was helping people, like he lent his cell phone to a person that was the last chance for his wife to say I love you. So we know he was doing these acts of kindness. And the most profound thing to me, and the most thing I'm most proud of, is my dad was a quiet man. He was an introvert, but somehow...
Really?
Yeah.
He looks such like a gregarious guy.
Yeah, no, not like you, Neil.
Well, Italian.
Yeah.
But when you found out of this, I know I've asked you this before, but and every year we get together, and you're always polite in the way you answer, but is part of you angry that he did what he did? You know, he was safe, he was out, he was free, he was alive.
Yeah. My mom tells me that if he came home, he would have never been the same. So we might have lost him in some other way. And everyone is going to lose their loved ones. I happen to have a story of I lost my dad in doing an act of kindness that has elevated not just me, but people around the world that talk about their acts of kindness and how they hold the door. We had an event last week, and an elderly woman, it was a 5K, Neil, and she walked it. She came across the finish line. She had been to some of our hold the door workshops. She said to me, Rob, I didn't think I could do this for myself, but I knew I could do it for you. And how inspiring for me to have people.
That's amazing. You rejected me because I suggested I would drive it, and you said that you can't. Well, you have to walk or run.
Next year, your golf cart's fine.
When you look back at that, and I can just imagine what you were going through 16 years ago today. When did you know unequivocally he didn't make it?
It was probably one of the worst moments of my life. I was doing a lot of research, talking to my friends that were doctors, parents that were doctors, and we were in my kitchen, and I was asking, medically, how long could you last? And I remember looking at the newspaper and pointing out to a family member saying, and this is where we think Dad is, and someone said, he's no longer here, and that really hit me.
And then you later found out not only had he was briefly alive, he was out. And then you had that had to sink in. Right?
Yeah, absolutely. He was on the phone with my mom. We think that shrapnel from the second plane hit him on Liberty Street.
Oh my God! I'm sorry to regurgitate it.
Okay.
A lot of people say, "Well, we all lose loved ones," and I always remind people, "Yeah, but you don't see it on video year after year after year.
Yeah.
You do. How do you feel when you see those images and planes hitting the towers and that's the moment, that's the time your dad died?
That's where I get my strength. So I actually watch videos. I believe in reconnecting to what happened that day and to owning it. And people always ask me, how old will your daughter be when you tell her about Grandpa? She already knows. When she was born, we told her. We have the picture of the towers in the house. We want her to grow up strong. We want her to grow up finding ways to help people.
Now, she's 18 months now.
Yes.
she's going to grow up always being attached to this horrific moment in history. How do you make it less horrific?
You hold doors. Yeah, she's gonna learn how. Look at people that are dealing with things around the world and the hurricanes, and a lot of times the focus is on the post-traumatic stress.
Right.
But there's also the post-traumatic growth. You can grieve and grow at the same time, and that's really what our family and our nonprofit is about, is teaching people to make healthy choices.
Yeah. It is amazing, because you would always lecture me on illness, like, get over yourself, Neil, or something like that. Well, my best to your family, your beautiful daughter.
Yeah.
You're a best-selling author now. Simple is the new smart. He's a fancy-schmancy professor. I think Dad would be proud.
Well,
do you like Reese's peanut butter cups?
I go for the sugar-free ones. Yeah.
Really? They make them?
They do.
We'll look more into this.